everybody. Welcome to a Wednesday morning, a Grand Forks Best Source. Got Jodi and Stu in the studio with us from Holistic Hub. You might remember them being on the show here a couple of months ago. And I was just fascinated by these two people and what Holistic Hub can do for people, especially for somebody like me that has been in so many different accidents, so many different injuries, and so many different aches and pains. I can't believe I still haven't went and visited Holistic Hub yet, but I think today they'll probably change my mind a little bit. But first off, I want to introduce Stu on the left side. And how are you, my friend?
I'm doing really good. Thank you very much.
I wanted to ask you this. I know I asked you before, but you don't sound like you're from northwestern Minnesota or anything. You've got kind of an accent.
Yeah. I've been here 26 years, though.
26 years. Where do you hail from?
So the UK.
Okay.
But the southern end.
Okay.
But I've been all around the world, and I think I got more of a cosmopolitan accent.
Oh, there you go. Okay, Cosmo guy. I know one thing. You were talking about the fact that you've been 200 miles an hour on a motorcycle, and that got our attention right away.
Yep.
I like you right there. You still ride?
I haven't ridden for a while. The last kind of outing for me was eldest son had got to the age where he wanted a motorcycle.
Okay.
And it turns out that when they're really young, the insurance is really expensive.
Yes, it is.
An old Sage on there as well, and that brings it down. Well, I got to go and play with it, and I went and played with it.
Yeah, okay. My bike still looks good with the cover on it. It hasn't left my garage in over 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm afraid with my knees now, I'm afraid I'm going to tip over, and especially if my wife's on it with me, but that's for another show. Jodi, how are you?
Good. I'm
Good.
doing good.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I am from Kennedy, Minnesota, the farm.
Okay.
So
I think we had this conversation before.
yeah.
I went to school with some Kennedy guys.
yeah, and I have done a lot of different things, but the holistic is something that has resonated with me, especially with my own journey. About when I turned 50, I'm like, I need to change something, or I'm not going to be here for grandbabies. I had chest pain, and I was in the hospital, for chest pain and stuff. And they're like, it's anxiety. And I'm like, okay, how do we fix that? How do we fix that? My legs, I didn't have ankles. So when my mom was passing from cancer, she wanted to go to the Holistic Hub. So we brought her, and I met Doris, who is the founder of Holistic Hub.
Okay.
And when my mom passed, I'm like, I need to get my poop in a group. I need to go see Doris and find out what she can do for me.
Uh-huh.
And so I did what was called a Zyto scan, which is a bio survey of your body.
Okay.
And it tells you everything that's going on in your body, what your body would like, what foods your body would like, the inflammation, what's causing the inflammation.
Tells you all the things you don't want to hear.
Well, no, because it resonated with me because I had told the doctors all these things that were going on.
Yeah.
And like my spine and, just different, my nerves, my cerebral nerves were messed up. So I believe that was the starting point. And when I went in for my consult, Doris goes, do you want a job? And I'm like,
Wow.
sure.
And the rest is history.
The rest is history. I started doing lymphatics, and I used to wear holes in the sheets because I had restless legs so bad. I don't do that anymore.
Wow.
I used to take the medications that they would give me. I didn't feel any better, and it didn't stop them.
Yeah.
Also, their medication. I've lost 80 pounds.
Wow.
Getting away from mainstream.
So have you shed the medications then?
I have no medications.
Wow, that is something. So when you went in for this Zyto scan, did you then, Jodi, have to change your lifestyle 100% or not?
Diet is the number one thing that people need to get clean.
Sure.
Get away from the box, bag, preservative stuff, because there is no nutrition in it. We need to have nutrition.
Sure. Yeah, you do.
And so that's where we're failing, is we need to have real food, whole food.
Yep.
And that is what's going to help your body heal. And then maybe some, supplements to supplement what you're not getting. Because up here, you know, Dr. Jen was saying, you guys need to juice. And we're like, we can't.
Yeah.
We have nothing.
Right.
We have nothing.
Right.
So she did come up at one point and she's like, you guys are right. There's nothing really here for you guys to juice with. So, you know, different protocols. She asked me to juice and I'm like, okay, I'll try, Dr. Jen. And I'm like, oh, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I'll do low carb. Stay away from the box bag stuff. Make my own food.
Yep.
And try to be cleaner.
Sure.
And that made a big difference. And the reason why I say that is when we eat sugar, it's inflammatory.
Yep.
And so when we had a birthday party and there was cake. I love cake.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who doesn't?
And it was just little pieces, 2 little pieces I had. And the next morning I could barely open my hands. And
Wow.
I'm like, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. And, you know, I just don't eat what I used to.
Okay. Yeah, I'm the same. And also one thing I've noticed too, as I get older, things I used to like or didn't like are the opposite for me now. Like before, I was one of those guys, I ate a steak or a hamburger. My wife wouldn't even watch me eat it because I'd eat it so dang rare that you almost had to tear it. You couldn't really cut it with a knife. I can't eat them like that anymore. It just doesn't satisfy my taste buds. And I think you change. You know, there was things I was never allergic to that I am now. Red wine. I can't drink. White wine affects my arthritis so bad. I love a glass of white wine with supper once in a while, but I have to really be careful because of the allergies. And I don't know if, you know, why all of a sudden am I allergic to these things? Because I'll eat anything, and my wife has also got a degree in nutrition, so we eat well. I mean, it's pretty obvious I eat well, but we don't eat any bad. We don't ever eat fast foods, nothing like that.
So on the wine, there's sulfates in there. And then there's a thing that you can put in them to clean out the sulfates so that you don't get those.
You know, I go to Europe, and I can drink it, and it's fine there. Yeah.
That's it. So Dr. Jen would tell us, if you're going to drink wine, drink it from Italy.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I had it.
Yep.
was
so
in Italy.
Go buy bottles of Italy wine.
Okay.
Don't buy California.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Lots of preservatives and herbicides in that, you know.
Now, I wanted to ask Stu, with your injuries that you've had, obviously, I would imagine you use Holistic Hub often, or how has it changed or helped or affected you?
So I'm fortunate in the fact of as things were brought into the Holistic Hub, I listened to what other people have said about the different types of equipment, and I got very interested, which meant when it turns up, you want to use it.
Yeah.
And when it first came in, we were learning. We wanted to know how it worked. So I gave myself to be the guinea pig.
Yeah, test drive everything, sure.
Right, so
Yeah.
I tried it out. And I mean, like just the effects of, I've had diabetes for, I don't know, since 2009, I think. So type 2. And the neuropathy came very quickly. I was very surprised how quick it was. But the bed takes away that sensation. I mean, I could walk 200 feet and my feet will feel like they're burning. But it takes it away.
Okay.
You know, there's so many things it can do. And of course, that's inflammation as well on the nerves and decay in nerves. But there's so many things you can do with it because the Tesla coil alone on the bottom has 10,000 different codes it can be set to. And each of those codes will be not just for one different ailment, but they might cover a few.
Okay.
So when we use it, we cross-check which, if I come up with a code, let's just say like an inflammation code, a 2720, we can look backwards and then see what 2720 also does, what other ailments. So if you came in and you had a number of ailments, I can then say, well, I can cover these 3 things with that one code. Instead of having to use 3 different codes and maybe 3 different visits, I can run 2 codes at the same time, but you understand, you know, how many different things you can do that way. Sure. And I find that thing amazing. It has the red light. The power of the red light is incredible. People don't understand that they think it's like a tanning salon.
Yeah.
You get under the red light and then you get out of the red light. No, the red light carries on working. and it will not just for an hour. It can last up to 2 weeks. The
Okay.
red light effect. Obviously, the more you do it, you build up that energy source,
Okay.
which then helps you more. The red light can help you in different ways, whether it be skin, whether it be your eyes.
Yep.
The red light is known to assist in the breakdown of cataracts.
Okay.
I mean,
And
I've been through that, and I've seen the difference.
okay. And you see a lot of advertising now, advertisements about the red light, the masks. I know my wife got one for Christmas. I got one for an e-brace, just to see, how they work and everything. And folks, a little bit about Holistic Hub here, and because we're going to get into, you're going to hear terms and equipment that they've got that you've probably never heard before, but I mean, they can detect health concerns. I'm just going through the list here. They can help with acute chronic pain, lymphatic systems. They can help that. They can help with DNA repair, reduce inflammation, which is the source of most pain is inflammation. They help with anti-aging. They can enhance metabolism, reduce pain, repair of organs, enhance immunity. Now, how they do this is what we're going to talk about now. You have got so many different things. I'm going to just start with a list here, and I'm going to just sit back and listen. But what is the Biosystems XP3 Wellness Table? Because I've heard the term table used how many times here? We're only 12 minutes into this interview. But what is that the Biosystems XP3 Wellness Table?
So that's a combination of different therapies. The XP3 will give you this Tesla coil underneath, and like I said, that can be targeted to send a scalar message to your body. We're scalar. Send a scalar message to your body and tell your body where it needs to fix. Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
And then you also have, on the end, we have wands that have noble gases. The gases project inward, and they'll help you with lymphatic. They're more of a maintenance side to it.
Okay.
Another one of the processes she'll explain is much better for that, but this is good for maintenance. But it also helps with hormone balance. The red light, as we were saying, our panel has red light, infrared plus, and blue light. And each one of those is going to give you a slightly different look at what goes on, plus a slightly different effect. So, I mean, blue light, the skin cancers and stuff, obviously the more serious it is, the bigger the thing you're going to use. Ours has small blue lights to try and help you at the early stages.
Okay.
But then it has color therapy as well. And this is all on one device.
Okay.
So you can get that consolidated healing effect from the machine. And
So-
your input is you lay on a bed.
Okay. Is that the first step then, is to get on the Biosystems XP3 Wellness Table and go from there? Would that be the first? If I walked in the door and said, okay, how do we start this thing? I'm guessing you consult, ask what, where, when, and all of that. But
Right.
they throw you on the table first, or you decide that with a little consultation first?
So what we do is Jodi will speak to a lot of the people because she's the master of lots of the other equipment. Mm-hmm. And but usually if we can get them in the office, we can give them a tour and show them what the equipment is. So instead of just on the phone saying, well, I do this, I do that, you can show them what you're going to use. And usually if we can keep their attention for, the extra little bit of time, we'll say the XP3 Wellness Table is here. Go try it for 30 minutes. We won't charge you.
Okay.
Just go and see. See if this is something that you feel you can do. It's not an enclosed thing like the tan beds and stuff like that, so it's a little bit better for people who have that claustrophobic effect.
Yep. Don't like MRIs, things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So they can try it out and see what it does for them.
Okay.
And lots of people see an effect immediately.
Okay.
So I want to show you this. I wasn't being
Okay.
rude. I was going to show
Oh,
you
no,
a
that's
picture.
okay. Oh, wow.
So this lady came to us, obviously a year or so ago. She had
Oh, she wants
chemo cancer treatment. Chemo was, I said, you need to open up your thoracic and your clavicle. That's what I'm talking about, lymphatic. But she came there to do the bed. And, I knew the bed was powerful, but I didn't know until later when she came off the bed how powerful it was. She laid on the bed for 30 minutes. I just gave her supportive codes because I didn't know what was going
Mm-hmm.
on, so I didn't want to detox her at a high rate.
Sure.
I walked into the room. All I could smell was chemical.
Oh, wow. So it's coming out.
Yeah, and I looked at her, and she goes, "Is that me?" And I said, "Yes."
Wow.
And she sent me a text message, and she goes, "I smelled like that for 3 days."
You know, I have a friend who's going through chemo, and I noticed the one time I was talking to him, I could smell something, and I wasn't quite sure what it was, and I kept putting in my head, I hope that's not what it is, but that is exactly what it was. Does it have the same effect for beer?
It might.
Okay.
Well, your liver,
Well,
we're
sure,
gonna
sure.
detox
Detox
you.
Sure.
And lymphatics can go 8 inches deep down to the bone marrow
Oh,
and
okay.
stimulate
Wow.
with light and frequency, and there's ozone that comes off, which helps to decrease your, fungus, candida, those kind of things. But we've had one lady, she came in and we did lymph on her, and she had hives for a year. Doctors gave her a shot. Her lip blew up.
Oh, boy.
We did lymph on her for, I think, 6 sessions. We found out it was parasites.
Man, I'm going to have to, with my wife's vasculitis, she has to give herself a shot, and the side effects are ridiculously bad. I mean, sores in the mouth, sick to your stomach, and it's to the point where she skipped it for a couple of months. And that's not good either. They've got you on that shot for a reason because of your arteries and everything. But, okay, I wanted to ask you, Jodi, I know you were talking about the EMS Zero. What is EMS Zero?
Stu is better at that description than I am.
Well, the EMS Zero is basically a high-intensity magnetic muscle trainer.
Okay.
And so with the use of paddles or cups, depending on where you're going to target, it will make your muscles believe that they're working out probably thousands of times more than you really are. Mm-hmm. The thing about it is you don't get a after-workout burn.
Yeah, there's no pain.
You don't get any pain from it, but you get the benefit. Some of the things we've seen, we have some testimonials on the website, but people that are saying that they're able to carry their core better because they've used them around the abdomen or back. We've had ladies who've had that little bit of extra skin on the back of their arms, put them in the cups, and we've seen reductions of 1/2 inch in one session.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. But what it's doing is exercising that muscle to pull the skin back to where it should be and giving you a little bit of strength back in the whichever limb it might be, because it can be used in many different places on the body. And it just gives you that strength. It helps you get your proper posture. But like I said, there's no burn. You sit there. It's a 30-minute session. It runs through. They say, I can't tell you for sure, but they say that if you do it on the tummy, it's like doing 20,000 sit-ups.
Wow.
Now, because of the fact that on the pads it will fire in different directions, so the muscle movement is in different directions.
Oh, sure.
So instead of doing sit-ups where you're doing the same thing repetitively and you're strengthening that one section, you're strengthening all of it. You pull it all together. It can be used for so many things. A lot of the ladies we've seen that have used it before, things like they've had C-sections, and they're trying to get that muscle group to come back together.
Yep.
And this is the way to do it.
Okay.
Because it's natural. It doesn't do anything to you that's going to harm you. I mean, none of the equipment we use can harm you unless we throw it at you.
Sure. You trip and hit your head on it. Yeah.
That kind of thing. But yes, and just about everything we do. I mean, that's a session that's 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You sit there, you can watch a timer if you want to. But we try and keep everybody occupied. But it's a session you can do by yourself.
Okay.
You don't have to have a therapist in there with you. You can run through the session, and when you're done, you're done. The machine will turn itself off, and you can, if you've moved clothing, you can reassemble yourself and come out from behind a closed door. So if you need more help, and some people do, then we'll have a therapist attend
Okay.
and make sure that it's done how you want it.
Sure.
Sometimes when you start off, you're going to start lower and you're going to bring the power of the machine up. It's still not going to hurt you, but you'll notice that the actions for the muscles are going to be more frequent because you can change both the intensity and the speed it's working.
Okay.
And when you find that space where you like to be, that's probably when you want to be just left alone.
Right.
You know? I mean, we have a couple of ladies that have been in there reading a book whilst
sure.
it's going on, you know, because, well, it's not doing anything harmful. I can sit there and read my book, you know. So it's kind of cool that, you know, it's something that can do a good effect, bring those muscles back into play. But again, you don't have to overexert yourself.
Right.
No.
And another thing, Equiscope, you know, you talk about this kind of stuff, and I want you to talk about it, but when you name all these things, you know, an XP3 wellness table, we're talking about infrared therapy, you know, all of these different things, but it's all radiation free.
Yes.
Because I'm a guy that's been on an X-ray table hundreds probably of times. Right. And you know it can't be good for you when everybody else is wearing all this heavy garb and going and hiding in a different room while they're snapping pictures of you. So everything that is done at Holistic Hub, that is all radiation free, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Equiscope, because that doesn't sound like it would be radiation free to me, or it sounds like it would go somewhere where that would hurt. So,
No,
okay.
it doesn't hurt. So this gentleman came in, he had 4.5 months of shingles.
Oh, wow.
And the picture that I have, the first one is the first day. He was at a level 9. And the third day, he was at a level 1 pain. But look at his skin.
Oh, wow. My neighbor right now is in her mid-30s and got shingles.
Oh, yeah.
And she's a nurse. Wow.
I would be on my table.
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't, because it can last, I mean, this is 4.5 months. I had another lady, we call her Mom. She had shingles, and we got it under control. But with the wand, because I go around it, you could watch the shingles shrink.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, interesting how that works. And I had Doris come in. I'm like, am my eyes going? And she goes, no, do it again. You know?
You know, since we started talking this morning, you guys, I have got probably 20 people on my list right now that I'm going, hey, you guys should really check out Holistic Hub. I mean, everything from old sports injuries, snowmobile, motorcycle wrecks, shingles, you know, the vasculitis, and you know, Paul, the producer here, has got his neck and shoulders injuries and stuff like that. But there's so many people that you guys can help. You know, if you've got insurance, does HSA or Flex or any of that stuff, does that cover anything from Holistic Hub, or does it cover all of it or part of it? Or
HSA and FSA we take. Insurance is not available.
Okay.
And I foresee that that's going to be something that's going to come. I think it's going to come.
Well,
I think in Oregon it is something that insurance pays for.
Well, it should, because let's face it, a lot of people think insurance is a scam.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you pay for it your whole life. And I had insurance one time through a job, and my wife was on my insurance, and the pills with my insurance, it was only a couple. It was a whatever, but it was $100 some per pill. And finally, after 2 prescriptions, because you'd only get like 2 or 3 of them in this deal, you know, finally the pharmacist took my wife aside and said, you know, if you don't use your insurance, you get these pills for like $22 a piece. And with insurance, that's what they were doing. So I think they're starting to figure this out. And again, we were talking before we went on the air, big pharma. I mean, it's so easy for a doctor to say, well, let me write you a prescription for that, or let me write you a prescription for that. That is not what I want to talk about. I would rather live with my pain than be all messed up on pain pills and painkillers. So Holistic Hub, I mean, how do you get your start? If I went there and I said, okay, I want to do something, and how do we start it all? Do you just say, okay, where do you hurt? And then do I say, where do we begin? So take us through from start to finish what you would do your first time walking into Holistic Hub.
If it was something that you didn't know why you were in your issue, I would say Zyto, so that we know. And then I would tell you that you should probably do the bed and some lymphatics. Because
Okay.
lymphatics has helped with RA, obviously lipedema, lymphedema, circulatory, those kind of things, reducing the inflammation, brain fog. It can help with kids that are sensory. I've worked on a kid that was sensory. You know, you got to think, okay, this is blocked, nothing's draining. We got about 300 nodes in our head and neck.
Yep.
If nothing's draining, how are they getting free of those
Sure,
toxins
sure.
in their head?
Wow.
So I've seen, you know, the grandmother brought her grandson to me, and after the second one, she was almost in tears when she called and said he had a glowing report at school.
Wow.
Well, they're so exposed to all this stuff.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And this actually helps with your metabolism and your immunity.
Yep.
You know, during the
Huge.
pandemic, you know, it's like, you know, they're talking natural immunity, and nobody wants a kid to be a kid anymore. You know, I've always said, let them go eat a little dirt. You know, let them go out and have some fun and do things like that. Now, Holistic Hub, I've never been there. Is it hard to get in? If I was to go home and talk to my wife and say, we should probably go check this place out and make an appointment, is there a long waiting list? Does it take a long time to get in, or is it not too bad? And do you accept walk-ins?
We accept walk-ins.
Okay.
Our receptionist is trained on lymphatics.
Okay.
We do, you know, depending on what her schedule is. Usually I'm booked out 3 to 4 weeks.
Oh, wow. Okay. And is it getting busier and busier all the time as the word gets out?
You know, we have been busy. There was a lull at the beginning of August, and I'm like, okay, I've been saying all summer, we're going to slow down. We're going to slow down. We're going to slow down. And then there was 2 weeks that we were a little
Yep.
bit slower, and I'm like,
Then you get nervous.
and then I get nervous, and now I look at my schedule, and yesterday I was scrolling through the appointments, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't even think
Well,
I
you
have
guys
time.
need a break once in a while, too.
Yes, yes. And we need to get on the beds, too.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. And we need to do
One of the perks of the
lymphatics.
business.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, I never thought about it that way. Every job's got its perks, you know.
It's good when you find out something that's working for somebody else
Oh, sure.
and you test drive it yourself to see if that has the same effect with you, because you want to be able to tell people that it's not just a one-off, that it's worked across a band of people. And so, I mean, if we find something that happens and then we try it with somebody else to see what goes on. One of the girls, she was suffering quite badly with headaches. And what she would do is, I mean, she's always early. Always great. She loves to be at work, so it's great. But so she might be there 30 minutes early. So she turned the bed on, I lay on it, boom, the headache's gone.
Wow.
You know, obviously you got to see what's behind that and why it reoccurs, you know, and help that. But the fact that you can do that is quite good. A lot of people with their kind of nasal or sinus restrictions, you know, have come in and they're draining just from the bed. I mean, the lymphatic would
is
be
gonna
the
kick
best
it.
thing for it. But even from the bed, you're already starting to drain. It's so you've got to look at both the time that the availability, but you've also got to look at your time. You know, how much time can you give me? Because if it's you can only give me 30 minutes, then probably the bed is the best thing, because the lymphatic's going to take you an hour, hour and 15.
Yep.
And so, you know, and then you've got to work out how frequently you can do it. Energy is one of those things that it works best when you stack it.
Okay.
So with the Equiscope that she's talking about, this drug-free pain release, if you can do a couple of days in a row, it's good because it stacks the energy. The taller the energy pile, the longer it takes to dissipate. And it's the same with the bed. You know, we have a gentleman that comes in every week, spends 2 hours at a time on that bed. Other people will come in, and they might come in 2 or 3 times a week and do 30 minutes.
Wow.
So it's very much tailored to how you can deal with having that
Yep.
laying down on a bed. Some
Right.
people just can't do it.
Right,
You know,
right.
You want to get
It's
them to
like
do
I've gone
something.
in again. You know, we bring up MRI. I remember being where you know you have to lay perfectly still, and when you're in so much pain, you cannot
No.
lay perfectly still. I get it. Now, it's got to be pretty cool, Jodi. I would think that the great stories, the happy endings that come out of your patients coming in, like I've tried everything, you know, and it's got to be pretty cool with some of the stories when people are like, oh my gosh, why couldn't I find you 10 years ago?
Right. And there is those stories. And we have some people, you know, we can't structurally fix you.
Sure, right.
You know,
make
like
things a lot better though.
Yes. I mean, reducing the pain and inflammation and helping you to learn what's going on when your diet is not right, you know? And, you know, we all know that the pyramid was upside down.
Yeah, right.
And I was told by a dietitian that it was pay for play.
Yeah.
The biggest spot got
Sure.
or, you know, the biggest money got the biggest spot,
Yep,
which
yep.
was what, cereal?
Pretty much, yeah.
And isn't that the worst thing that you could eat for yourself in the morning?
Yeah, unless you're eating the old shredded wheat without the sugar on it, you know.
Yep.
Somebody did text in, is the bed like a massage table or more like a tanning bed with lights?
It's more like a massage table, but the lights are, you know, the red light, the near infrared, the blue light, which is not like a tanning bed. It's,
Right.
It's totally different frequencies,
Okay.
you know. And then you have the Tesla coil underneath, and you also have color therapy, which is good for mood stabilization and those kind of things.
Sure.
And then those bulbs on the end that have the gases in, which are similar to the lymph bulbs,
Okay.
those are beneficial for hormone and lymphatic drainage. So it's a whole package. It is a huge, wonderful start to find out if this is for you. That's the one thing that I'll tell you. If you come in and you say it's not going to work, you're right.
Oh, sure. You got to have the right attitude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. And what I would tell people is come in and find out for yourself. We're well over a half hour into this now. Is there anything we haven't talked about? Because I think we're going to have you guys in again. I do believe.
Yeah.
What haven't we talked about?
Thermography.
Okay. Thermography.
Thermography.
Okay. What is it?
Thermography is a camera that I use, radiation free,
Okay.
and it can tell where your inflammatory issues are in your body. I can do a full scan of your body, or I can do just the breast area. And a lot of our ladies are using that for that, is to check the health of their body
Okay.
and their breasts, you know, because it's a big deal right now.
And I'm guessing it's less invasive than it is to go get a mammogram, because I have heard that those are not any fun at all.
No. You stand over there, I stand over here, nothing touches you. The camera just takes the picture.
Yeah.
I send the information, the health information that you filled out to the doctors, and then they come back with a report of what they see. I've had, our receptionist, she had an appointment with the mammogram people, but she forgot to cancel it. But she did a therm beforehand, and the therm caught an issue. The mammogram didn't,
Wow.
and the ultrasound did. Every test that you do has an ability to have a failure, even therm.
Sure.
But if you can see the terrain of your body through pictures, and the red is inflamed, and they're looking for patterns of pathology forming. So when we do a shoot of a person, we want another one in 3 months, because we want to find out what your body looks like at any given time, really. And then when you do them yearly, you can see if there's big changes.
Sure.
And so I've worked on a lady, she came in at risk for both breasts with lymphatics, and after 3 months, she was low risk.
Wow.
Because we reduced the inflammation in that area. Your axial is right here. If that's plugged because you're using aluminum deodorant,
Yep.
where is it going to go?
Sure.
Right into the chest. And so if we can pull that out and get things going, and your lymphatic system, your immune system is working, you have less issues.
You pretty much from head to toe.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all got issues, and they are from head to toe. I
Yep.
mean, you pretty much nailed everything from, no feeling in your feet and legs to sinuses to all of that kind of stuff. And correct me if I'm wrong here, but you guys kind of have the saying, make time for your health or make time for your illness. Is that what you said?
Too,
and
yeah.
and that makes all the sense in the world. I mean, what do you want to spend the time with?
Yep.
You know?
Well, and I was sick.
Mm-hmm.
I was really sick when I came. You know, I could be up for 4 hours because I had chronic back pain.
Yep.
I don't have that.
That's nice.
I do. I did a lot of CBD oils.
Yep.
You know, tincture.
And I've tried all that too. Yeah.
And but it's a process. You know, it's not instant.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody has a different body.
Sure.
You know.
Right.
And that's what's different about us. What's good for Stu isn't good for you or
Absolutely.
me.
Right.
And that's why the Zyto scan is so important, because we find out what your body really wants.
Got to get in there. Zyto scan. 1425 South Columbia Road, Suite 3. Phone number 701-330-1151. Do you have an email or anything like that, or website or anything if people want to, get a hold of you without a phone call?
Yeah, I mean, if they want to go to Holistic Hub LLC at outlook.com.
Okay.
That one's screened by the receptionist when it comes in, and they'll make sure it goes to the person that would be most benefit for the person or client looking for something.
We need to schedule again to do this. I don't want to wait months this time. We had kind of a mix-up there, but I'm getting more and more interested in this all the time. And I think a lot of our followers are going to be too.
Yeah.
I think one of the things I'd like to add, though, with the thermography, we are doing a full body. We are doing a breast. But also, if people have a region of interest anywhere on the body,
Okay.
we'll do that because of the fact that we can shoot less pictures and it will be less money for them to pay.
Sure, and quicker and the whole
Right.
bit, time.
So, I just like to make sure people realize that, if you just have this one area that you're trying
Yeah.
to find out about.
Sure,
then
don't walk in
we
there and
can
go,
do
why are
that.
you checking all this? It's my knees I'm complaining about.
Exactly.
Okay, right. It's like, bringing your car in for an oil change and they give you a list of all this other stuff. It's like,
Right.
I didn't want that. I
Well,
didn't need that.
And I've had a lady who had chronic back pain, and she told the doctors she was suffering.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we don't see anything. So she took a therm, and her back was just hot. So she brought it to him and said, here,
Mm-hmm.
look. And doctors might not understand it, but we have a form that talks about clinical.
Mm-hmm.
It's clinical grade, and these are doctors that are reading it, or thermographists.
Sure.
And they will send you, say they see something on your chest, you need to go in.
Okay.
You need to go in
Yep.
to the doctor and have a scan.
Yeah,
Wow.
They'll tell you how heavy the risk is.
Okay.
If they see that it's something that needs to be priorities right now, they can let you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
If they say you have some risk, then maybe that's when even that the lymphatic is going to be the thing that helps you out.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, it's a case of no one's trying to negate all types of medical.
No.
We're saying that
right.
we're seeing things in different ways.
Yeah,
You can
there's-
treat it in a different way.
Absolutely. It doesn't always have to be the same way all the time. There is
Right.
different ways. Technology, times are changing. The world is changing. Holistic Hub, folks, 1425 South Columbia Road, Suite 3, 701-330-1151. Holistic Hub LLC at Outlook.com Outlook.com. Folks, health concerns, they can detect them. Acute and chronic pain. They help the lymphatic system, DNA repair, reduce inflammation, anti-aging, enhance metabolism, reduce pain, repair of organs, enhance immunity. If you've got any of these issues, go check them out, Holistic Hub. We're going to schedule another show. I want to thank Jodi and Stu for coming up.
Thank you.
I forgot how much I liked you guys. I have learned a lot today, and this is just going to make me look into this even more. So we're looking forward to when you guys come back in here again. All right.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Folks, again, you've got any ailments, check out Holistic Hub, all right? Again, 1425 South Columbia Road, Suite 3, or call them 701-330-1151 and make an appointment. And we will have Jodi and Stu with Holistic Hub back again soon, I promise, on Grand Forks Best Source.